We will now look at Field 1. This is an empty area where there is no or there is little gospel witness. As we enter into areas of lostness, our goal is to find the people of peace that God has prepared to believe the gospel. Later on, some of these people God will prepare to join us in making disciples. This is going out into the harvest and finding workers in the harvest that God has prepared. You could call it going to the harvest for the harvest. Therefore, it is important that we have a plan for entering Field 1, places of lostness, where there's no gospel witness or very little witness. We will be looking at Mark 4:26 through 29 together. The kingdom of God is as if a man should scatter seed on the ground. He sleeps and raises night and day, and the seed sprouts and grows. He knows not how. The earth produces by itself, first the blade, then the ear, then the full grain in the ear. But when the grain is ripe, at once he puts in the sickle, because the harvest has come. Every believer has the opportunity to enter into places of lostness, where there is no gospel. It might look different in different cultures and settings, but we are surrounded by lost people and see them all the time. To begin with, we need to plan to enter into Field 1, where there is little or no gospel. If we do not have a plan and do not have a goal, we will not engage lost people in Field 1. We will not find the people of peace that God has prepared for us. But if we have a plan, a goal, and a good method, it will motivate us to go forward in God's plan in making disciples that make disciples. A good motto to help us accomplish our intention is, think big, start small, and go far. Or, it's not how big of a fire you start, but how many. The idea is that it will grow beyond you in God's timing and God's power. As we plan to enter into Field 1, we will ask the question, who is living there? What area do we start in? An important idea to always keep in mind is who is the person of peace that God is leading us to. This is a concept or an idea out of Luke chapter 10. As we go forward, we will be looking at Luke 10 more closely. A good way to start is with people we have a relationship with already, such as family members, relatives, and neighbors or friends. A good place to find the person of peace that God has prepared is at a Christian school or even at a church. Many times we find people who have exposure to the Bible and the gospel already and are waiting for someone to empower them in wanting to get involved in making disciples. Many times, these people are more open to hearing about God and who Jesus is than those who have never heard about God before. A second idea is to find a community of peace. This means a community that does not oppose God or the Bible and is more open to the gospel than other communities. Many times schools, offices, factories, department stores, nursing homes, prisons are looking for relationships of trust and are open to new things that will give answers for their lives. The third principle is to approach people with peace, meaning we can sow the gospel in love and relationships and in friendship. Don't argue with those who are trying to reach with the gospel, but build friendships and communicate the gospel out of love and concern for them. Jesus is a good example for us in how he brought people to himself. Jesus did not mention the punishment they deserved. He didn't bribe them with some kind of prosperity gospel, but Jesus offered friendship and peace. People repented and believed as God worked in them. Jesus gave us a guide or an idea or principle out of Luke 10 verses 1 through 11, which we will study together in future lessons. Now I would like us to do a relationship network activity. Who do you have influence with in your life? Get a piece of paper and start by writing your name in a circle in the middle of the paper, like in this picture. After that, write the names of people who do not yet know Jesus, who are in the network of influence in the circle linked to your name. After that, keep writing the names of people they know, who they could share with if they became followers of Christ. This will give us a picture of a network of people that we know and the people they know. Pray for God to open opportunities to share the gospel with these people and see them in turn start to share with the people they know. And don't forget that you'll be praying for all the names you've written down on a regular basis, so that the seeds of the gospel you plant will grow according to the will of God beyond your influence.